Alright, so back out of here. Oh, shoot. Truck's coming. This makes it dangerous around here. Can't see if anybody's coming, that's the problem. Alright, well, it's my turn now. Somebody's coming, that's not my fault. Alright, so now we're headed to Lakeland. Again, we're not going to make it to Lakeland, we're just going to make it part way. That's how it gets around here with trucking. It gets very tight. But we're loaded and on our way. It's hard to see too. Anybody coming around that bend back there, and it's a hill too. Alright, so we got about 20,000 pounds, so we didn't have to move our tandems at all. I just kept them up all the way. Anything really below 28,000 pounds, you're pretty much safe all the way up, or a couple pins back. Let's see, I'm going to put on here Saddle Creek, we don't want that. Old Tampa Highway, that's our terminal, but our terminal is only not even a mile from public, so I just set that as my guide on the GPS there. It's a little warm in here now. Alright, so what I'll do is I'm going to save a little bit of battery power here, because batteries are getting a little low, and I got the other batteries charging the back. So I'll come back on when we're down the highway a little bit around South Atlanta, so you can see us going underneath the runway. So I'll be right back. We got two railroads there. We got one stopped and one moving. Those railroad cars up there going through Atlanta. This is where the fun can begin, because we're on Route 14 right now, and this will merge into 285, which then takes us to 75. So I don't know how traffic's going to be, but so I usually try to get out of here no later than 5 a.m. So because I had to come from Mississippi, it's 8:53 now. So we'll see how the traffic is. The nice thing is that I'm on the south side of Atlanta, like I said earlier. So that's always a nice thing, because I'm not. First of all, you can't drive through. I don't know if anybody knew this, but you can't drive through Atlanta on 75. You got to take the beltway around 285 to get around Atlanta. Unless you're doing a local delivery, then you can take 75. A lot of truckers take 75 to cut out time, but they don't want you to. It's actually, cops actually pull you over for it. But you know, it's one of those things. A lot of truck drivers do it because they look as they say, well, if there's other trucks doing it, you could just say you're doing a local delivery, so they're going to pull over every truck? No. So, but I always stay on the safe side of things, and then I always just take 285 around. So here, though, like I said, we're going to merge into 285 The Atlanta International Airport is off to our left here. I don't think you're going to see any planes take off today because of the fog, but they're taking off. But the airport's just over to our left, and we'll actually go underneath the runway. So if you've never driven through Atlanta, it can get tricky. This isn't too bad, but it's coming either going north or coming from the southbound on 285 and so forth, because there's a lot of roads that merge together. So you really got to know what you're doing to get through Atlanta. This isn't too bad, like I said, because we're on the southeast side. But the airport is to our left. You usually see kind of part of the airport, but you also see planes taking off. I don't see any. I also see some traffic up here. It looks like some brake lights, so might get some traffic. So what we do is go down here. That road, the lane on the right is going to merge into mine. So I was going to make sure nobody's coming. And then we got to merge. There's an on-ramp to the right here. We have to merge into that, because that then will take us to I-75 South. You got to stay in that right lane. So I always start putting my blinker on now, let people know what I'm doing. It's coming down the ramp. Actually, it's quiet. There's actually nobody there. Usually there's a lot of cars coming down that on-ramp. And the traffic, well, it's not really a real bad traffic, but actually it looks pretty good. It says 65 miles per hour. That's not bad. Most traffic coming north there you see on 285 here, they're going to be continuing 285 probably to connect on to 20 to go to Birmingham, Alabama, that direction. So coming up is going to be where we go underneath the airport runway. It's actually maybe not a runway. It's actually it's quite hard to see now. Now it's foggy outside, but it's actually where planes go over, more the taxiway, I think. It's not the runway, so it's taxiway. So that's what all this is here that you see up ahead. This bridge structure is all for airplanes only. So that's what this big bridge is here, or overpass. I'm sorry, not a bridge, overpass. Well, it's a bridge for the airplanes, I guess you could say, but this is actually going underneath the Atlanta International Airport. And it's where, if you don't know your way, this on-ramp here, or should I say exit to 75 South, gets a little tricky, because the left lane that red truck's in right now, he's actually in for the northbound 75. So this is the southbound lane. So if you don't know where you're at, a lot of people will just come down here, like this guy might do. So he's coming over. He didn't know. So he saw this is southbound. So he blinked his lights at me, let me know that he's thanking me for letting him over. That's a courtesy we do when we let people over, is blink our brake lights, let them know, thank you for letting me over. Same as if they're in front of me and they want to come over, I'll blink my lights at them, my headlights, to let them know it's okay to come over. There's enough room for them. Actually, he might not have been blinking at me. I think his lights are just a little messed up. Well, I wish it was nicer out today. A lot of fog. You really can't see much today, because a lot of times you see planes coming over right there. That's that's where they take off, to our left. Like I said, they're still taking off. We just can't see them. So maybe my next trip up, I'll do is I'll film that on a nicer day, so everybody can see planes come in and out and so forth. But Now see this right lane here too, this is also 275 south, but it merges in down here on the left. And you can see a truck took out this sign down here a while ago. They haven't replaced it yet. But you gotta be careful too in this turn, because you can see to the left too, it looks like a truck went off the side there too, where all those hay bales are, or hay. And now we'll merge into a lane on the left here before we even merge into 75. So it gets a little tricky. You just gotta be careful. You just gotta keep an eye on your mirrors, keep an eye on what's around you here, because you got cars now coming up on your right. They want to merge in. I want to merge to the left twice, so I want to merge over now, and then now we're going to merge on to 75 south. And then down here a little ways, they're doing some construction, so it does get a lot, traffic does build up a lot. But then just past that is a town called McDonough, Georgia. And for some reason, right where the 675 and 75 meet up, for some reason there's just so much traffic, northbound and southbound. So I know I'm probably going to hit that. I'm not going to film that. It's kind of boring, but I just thought I'd just film a little bit here coming out of Atlanta. I like to get in the next lane over when I can. Trucks can't be on most highways in the left lane. So I'm gonna get over now, because just doing this dedicated route for so long, you know where a lot of the bumps are on the road and so forth. And there's a pretty big bump on the lane it just came out of up here a little bit. So I like to stay on this lane, just so I don't hit that. So I did a pre-trip on the trailers, you guys saw it. Basically what you do is you're checking tires, you're checking mud flaps, you're checking your skirts, you're checking your lights, of course. I did have to mess with my lights after I did hook up. I had to bend some of the pins that where you plug the pigtail into. I had to bend a couple, and that way you get a better connection. So it looks okay. I'm gonna take a look at it here. I can tilt my mirror up. Let me do that now. Matter of fact, let's see if I can see the. Yep, I see the light still up there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's my corner, or my clearance light up there is showing lit still, so which means it's still making a good connection. So, but this is Atlanta traffic at 9 a.m. in the morning. So again, if you watch this video to its almost end, I do appreciate if you subscribe. I'm going to put, like I said, some videos out here on how the Zonar works, all the functions of the Zonar. So if you're going to get into trucking, you can see what the Zonar is all about. It's our computer, again, that we use to keep track of our hours and our loads and so forth. So but again, if you have any comments, questions, or anything, please feel free to put them in the comments. I do read every comment, and I answer back to everybody. It usually takes sometimes maybe 24 hours, sometimes less, to get back to you, just because I'm driving. I don't do that kind of stuff when I'm driving, but when I stop for my 10-hour break, I usually take a peek at them, and I'll respond back as soon as I can. But other than that, I hope everybody's having a good day. From this point forward, it's just going to be probably some traffic up here. Of course, there's fog and not much to see. But I will see you guys in the next video. So hope everybody's having a good day, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Take care, everybody.